As you already noticed, I'm not at my usual spot this time. It's because I have a little bit more room. My roommate just went to work. So I'm pretty much just going to do this video pretty much in my living room because why not? Um, but of course, I do want to kind of go ahead and talk about this baby right here. Yep, I have one. And sort of talk about honestly its first year on the market and the overall opinions that's going on through that. And honestly, as you may have guessed for the thumbnail, I am okay with this year, but I'm not even going to try to hide that this year was kind of rough, in all honesty. Um, And just to clarify, I think the reason why is due to how bad of the decisions Nintendo has made with said console. Because to be fair here, even though I do like Nintendo Switch 2, even I have to admit it kind of had hiccups in many ways. Of course, I'm more neutral to the topic, as many people would say, but even I will admit that earlier this year I was already riled up after the whole drama when it first started, and it still goes on to this day with every single person either defending it or shitting on it, wanting to find something new to shit or defend it with. And honestly, it's like so bad. Like, I gotta be honest with you. 2 days ago, uh, which ironically enough, I was kind of using this for a different idea for a video, but I sort of decided to scrap it because, I mean, well, more so morphed into this video, but still scrap it, was I was going to also do a little bit deep look into ZA a little bit more of my review, because if you recall, I give it a B plus. Not really a bad game. Honestly, it's my favorite game of this year. Well, alongside a few others, but it's definitely my favorite game I played this year. Um, but I remember, like, I watched a video, and I won't say which video it is or who it was, but there was a video of a person negatively reviewing ZA, and not only were they yelling their ass off like it was no one's business, like we're talking about the scream of landfill, we're talking about like so much screaming as their head is a boombox. But also they basically sort of tell a lie in some way, saying misunderstanding the story in some way, saying that the game literally you're playing as a character that is enslaved with the Rust Syndicate. I'm not even joking, by the way. They literally said that when in reality, you don't get the Rust Syndicate's debt until the halfway point, and even then there's literally a lot of misunderstanding of the story there, to say the least. Like, yes, the runs intake isn't good guys, but they're also not bad guys at all. They're neutral. They're a neutral party, to say the least. They're very neutral. And it's not like they don't try to hide that. That's the weirdest part too. He's like, oh, these guys, they're saying that these guys are the good guys. They never really truly said that, to say the least. Like, they actually are honest about their business practices in the game. So I have zero idea what's going on. Again, I'm not even going to care about that person. Everyone has their own opinions on that. It's just kind of weird how, literally, to get my point across, it's just that hostile if it comes to the Switch 2 on both sides. Because literally, it's not even playing devil advocate. Both sides have misinformation. It's not just one side or the other side, it's both. And that is a really serious situation. But again, it makes sense due to, again, people wanting this to exceed or fail or want a nuclear warhead. I don't fucking know. Want 9/11 to Nintendo building. I don't fucking know. And yes, I still keep saying that joke because it's just how hostile this year been, and that's just Nintendo. Like this whole year of gaming has been shit, to be honest. But that's not the focus of this video, to say the least. But trust me, it's like holy hell, this year has to be like the most like gaming. The gamers just got explosive diarrhea all over everyone. Like everyone got explosive diarrhea all over themselves. Like it's really just that fucking bad. And honestly, even I admit I got screwed over a little bit. Like I don't regret my purchase. Actually, I think I made a good purchase with ZA. But I'm not gonna lie and say that I did hold off on getting $100. I only got it with $90 because I'm not paying for the upgrade. At least not yet. But even then, I will admit that is very much stupid. It's not just greed, it's stupid. And that's the issue here. It's kind of funny how many people are saying that one of the reasons why Nintendo's been becoming evil or something like that is because of greed. And yeah, I can see their point truly, but every company has been greedy since. I mean, of course, not to a little bit of this extreme, but every company has been greedy to the point where I have to ask if that's the case, why don't you just leave your own house at that point? Because holy shit, it's like really, it's like you're making a good point, but you also are forgetting some other factors. Like, I mean, look at Microsoft; they're even worse. Somehow they beat the Nintendo for that shit. Not saying Nintendo is not even in it third place. They're in second place for the bullshit they also bring up. But the issue is, it's not because of greed; it's stupidity, and I do mean it because Nintendo has always been greedy beforehand, to say the least. Like they always been, even during the factoids of even like the earlier years of their life. I mean, be fair, they even tried to murder their competitors back in the old days. So good and well that this ain't a too surprise. It's just how stupid this year is to me. It's not the greed, it's the stupidity because for example, the Pokemon one is the best example. Like again, I actually on the same boat. Yes, I did pay for the DLC. I can't wait for it this week at the time of releasing this video. But even I have to agree. Why the fuck did you release the DLC on payment on the exact same day of the main game's payment? AKA, why did you release the DLC super early? And even then, that is super weird. Like you should hold off that until later. And yes, this ain't the first Nintendo game to do this. It's just the first Nintendo game to be very on point with, and also literally like you're basically paying $90 for a game. And of course, many people say 100 if you get the the other DLC thing, Switch 2. Sorry if I'm blubbering, but it's very weird. And that's not the only stupidity thing. Like we got the game key cards, the fact that when the Switch came out, Nintendo didn't give out information that clearly. I did a whole freaking hour-long video going through the website. It was full of bullshit and beans. Freaking Doug Bowser saying the infamous Xbox One quote, when in reality, even though I get where he was trying to say, because they are still supporting the Switch 1 all the way, he should have just said it more clearly and not stupid way. Or even then, never said that at all. Like, never really said that at all, honestly, because, yeah, you can't say that because now people are like, you don't want them to buy the fucking Switch 2 and all that gobbledygook. And of course, we got the whole situation of the key cards again with Poketopia or whatever that new Pokemon game is, which believe it or not, I'm not going to get because it doesn't seem my cup of tea. Or I got Tomodachi Life on the way, so I'm fine. And also the games. Like, hell, even Metroid Prime 4, the game that many people thought would also Captain Save-A-Ho to Switch 2, got kicked in the groin, literally balls splattering blood everywhere, because they thought it was a good idea to lock some of the music behind Amiibo, which is weird. Like, I get they're trying to sell the Amiibos, but that's not how you do that. And you get my point. It's not just greed, it's also stupidity. Because again, companies has always been greedy beforehand. It's just super stupid and stuff. Like the only silver lining this year they revealed, which many people still blab about, but again, I don't know. I'm neutral on this, is the fact of the upcoming DLC for Animal Crossing New Horizons, which the upgrade is $5, while the other stuff is actually free. Like it's a free update. It's not like Happy Home Paradise, which is a smart idea to say the least. Like there, but even then, it's like you knew that, but yet you also later on do the exact same thing with, of course, Metroid Prime 4 with a different, you go back to doing the same bullshit, is my point. Sorry if I'm not making it crystal clear. I'm just ranting at this point. I don't care. But, you get my drift of what I'm saying. Is the fact of the matter is this year sucked for the Switch 2 and all the way. But as you might also guess, I'm okay with that a little bit. Although, to be fair, I do agree that next year they need to fix their shit. But who knows? We have to wait until next year. Like, there's no true silver lining. Because, like I stated, the only game I even played on here that was brand new for Switch 2, but was also more so Switch 1, was ZA. And we all know I'm going to get the Pokemon main lines no matter what. Yes, it's masochism and I'm fucking stupid or whatever. I'm R word or whatever the fuck you guys want to call me, to say the least. But, hey, someone's got. Hey, to be fair, I love Pokemon more than ever, and I'm willing to do that. But that doesn't mean I can still limit myself because none of the other Nintendo games I want to get. In fact, most of the new games that I played this year, the only truly new Nintendo game I ever played this year was Pokemon ZA because I love Pokemon. I usually separate creator from decoration. Da da da. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you seen what I've been posting, I've been playing more different games on my Switch, like Platypus Reclay. That's a pretty good game, indie game, and of course I've been playing Sonic Cross Worlds Racing because I'm never going to touch Mario Kart, and it's not because of $8. I just don't like the series in general, so I can't really say much on that. And let me see. I mean, I even got I've been playing like a lot of other things. Like the only other one would be I finally started playing Pokemon Unite, and that's it. As you can see, I only played Pokemon on this thing, and I even played some old games. And there was also Cyberpunk Rush, and I finally got the Dragon game, the first one. I haven't got the second one, but I might get it later. But you get my drift. It's again, I do not mind this. Like, real talk, I absolutely love this console. I just don't like the people behind it right now, and they're kind of destroyed it. Will I still be a Nintendo fan? Kind of. But honestly, it's a really just shitty situation here all around. But like I always say, I think the best solution to this, like I say before, I'm not here to tell you what you want to do. Your money, your choice, whatever. And like I always say, really, if you want to buy the console, there's no shame into it. Like, people need to stop shaming people from buying the fucking Switch 2 console. Because in the end, this whole debacle is even more stupid just as an outside, because I'm super casual to the point, like, again, I'm more focused on my work, on my job and all that. Like, in the end of the day, we're arguing over a freaking, like, literally, this is like a toy for a child here, which is really just make this whole situation stupid. Like even like funny enough, earlier this week there was a news. I think it was also on the same day when I started. There was news about a child console beating out the Switch 2 and going behind the PlayStation 5. So and no one know how bad it is, but that itself, you go look up Spawn Wave's recent video on that if you want to know what that console was. But that just shows how pointless this argument is. Like sooner or later, the whole hate and defense of Switch 2, both sides, will have to die down soon, to say the least. Like it's becoming really just dumb in general. Like I never even seen this much hostile in the Wii U era. Now, granted, that's probably because I was starting. That's when I truly started looking at YouTube. But even then, I never seen any true hostile to the Wii U era, much like the Switch 2. And like, there's like at this point to the point of conspiracy theories. Like that's literally how crazy situations have gotten. But at the end of the day, it's just a video game console. There's more serious stuff in life to deal with, obviously. For me, this year has been more important outside of video gaming. I had a new job that I'm finally keeping. I've been, focused on my life. So, that's my only advice to those who are like feeling down in the dumps and all that about this Switch 2 console. Again, I know this advice is a little bit dumb, but do always try to separate creator from creation here. But also, even then, at the same time, make sure, like, again, this console may not be for you, and I can justifiably see that because, yeah, Nintendo has done really stupid shit this year to the point of literally being a crybaby and trying to do patent bullshit. Like I even got to that shit. That's probably the worst thing they ever done, even more so than anything else. But again, it depends. And even then, if you do have a Switch 2, there are some games you can play that came out this year that's on this thing. That's much more better, to say the least, and stuff. But anyways, I can't say much. I don't know what to say. I don't want to be part of that whole negativity. I don't care what people say. I'm definitely not the whole bootlicker crap, but at the same time, I'm also not a griffer because, again, I do love the console. I just don't like the company right now because of bullshit, to say the least. And look, I'm not trading my Switch 2 in. I'm not doing all that. But I would blame someone who would. Like my roommate just traded his Switch 2 in. Earlier this year, he got the Switch 2 before me. He didn't like it. So who cares? Like, he did it. He just did what he needed to do. He switched it out for a PlayStation 5. I stick with my Switch 2. Nothing big deal. Because, again, it's understandable. Different strokes for different folks. And this is my stroke. But I do agree, it depends. Again, in the end of the day, there's more better things in life than video gaming, and that's it. But I think this was an okay year for me. Hopefully, in the future, they do change, but let's be real here, they probably aren't. I mean, who knows? But I think this year was okay for me. Like, I am excited for next year. Can't wait for this week's, but let's be real here. The only Nintendo game I was looking forward to is DA, and I did get my worth out of it, but even I have to admit it's kind of flat. Again, there was a reason why it's a B plus. Yes, I'm giving it higher than most people because most people would just give it a shit plus. Again, just explosive diarrhea on it for, again, justifiable reasons a little bit. But all in all, I don't think it's a terrible game and such. But yeah, just wanted to talk about my feeling about it. Hopefully this next year they fix themselves. Who knows? But anyways, this has been Floxcat, snapping out here. And again, just live life. And if you want to get the Switch 2, there's no shame into it. Or not. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just don't be an asshole about it. Just basically that's the major thing. Anyways, snapping out here. Bye.